back again with me, Nisi, a first semester college student in a film and animation major. Kalau kita mau benar-benar paham dunia perfilman, tentu kita harus mulai dari sejarahnya dulu. That's why today you'll join me on a journey through the silent movie era. An era that played a huge role in shaping the film industry as we know today. If we take a step back to the late 19th century, that was a time when people were just starting to figure out how to capture movement through pictures. Salah satu eksperimen paling terkenal dilakukan oleh Edward Muybridge, seorang fotografer asal Inggris. Dia penasaran apakah dalam satu momen kuda yang sedang berlari, keempat kakinya tuh benar-benar terangkat dari tanah. Dengan memasang serangkaian kamera yang dipicu oleh tali, dia berhasil menangkap gerakan itu frame by frame. And without realizing it, the experiment became the seed of motion pictures. Not long after, muncul Thomas Edison dari Amerika dengan kinetoskopnya di tahun 1891, a device where people could watch short-moving images individually. Di Eropa, the Lumiere brothers, Auguste dan Louis Lumiere, took it further. Mereka dikenal sebagai the father of cinema karena pada tahun 1895 mereka memutar film publik pertama di Paris, seperti Workers Leaving the Factory dan Arrival of a Train at La Ciotat. For the audience back then, it was magical. Imagine seeing life itself projected on a screen for the very first time. This period was what we call the silent era. Here's the fun fact. Silent movie weren't actually silent. Disebut bisu atau silent, itu hanya untuk membedakan dari era setelahnya ketika suara sudah bisa direkam. Kenyataannya, penayangan film bisu itu selalu diiringin oleh live music dari pianis or sometimes even a whole orchestra. Musik ini tuh berfungsi sebagai penuntun emosi. Kalau misalnya scene-nya sedih, ya musiknya mellow. Kalau tegang ya musiknya intens gitu. Dialognya itu disampaikan lewat pantomim, ekspresi tubuh, dan juga intertitles atau teks di antara adegan-adegan. Because of these limitations, silent films relied heavily on visuals. Shots were usually one take with a still frame, focusing on the actor's physical performance. That's why comedy thrives in this era. One of the most iconic figure was Charlie Chaplin from London. Dengan karakter The Tramp, Charlie jadi simbol global era film bisu. Nah, his comedy was visual, slapstick, pantomime, exaggerated expressions. So everyone, regardless of language, could understand it. Silent cinema wasn't just about comedy though. Ada juga Georges Méliès dari Prancis, seorang pesulap panggung yang dijuluki The Magician of Cinema. He brought fantasy and illusion through the screen. Karyanya yang paling terkenal, A Trip to the Moon tahun 1902, showed a rocket landing on the moon's eye, an image still iconic today. Police used techniques like stop trick, substitution splice, multiple exposure, dan time-lapse untuk menciptakan efek visual pertama dalam sejarah film. While the Lumiere brothers captured reality, Méliès captured imagination. Then, from America, came David Worth Griffith. He's often called the father of modern filmmaking. Griffith merevolusi cara bercerita di film. Dia tuh membuat film dengan durasi yang panjang, memakai beragam angle kamera dan teknik editing modern. Hollywood itu jadi pusat perfilman dunia itu salah satunya karena pengaruhnya si Griffith ini, teman-teman. Griffith mengubah cara orang membuat film dengan memperkenalkan teknik seperti cross-cutting, memotong antara adegan untuk membangun ketegangan, close up untuk menampilkan ekspresi emotion atau emosional, dan set film raksasa. His film The Birth of a Nation tahun 1915 was revolutionary in scale dan revenue, salah satu film bisu paling sukses sepanjang masa. Kalau tadi kita udah bahas tokoh-tokoh penting, sekarang mari kita geser ke beberapa styles dan teknik yang lahir di era film bisu ini. In Germany muncul German Expressionism, a movement that visualized inner turmoil and psychological states. Directors like Robert Wiene with the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari tahun 1920 dan Murnau dengan Nosferatu tahun 1922 dan Sunrise tahun 1927 use distorted sets, dramatic lightings, and shadows to create atmospheres. These films influenced horror and noir genres later in Hollywood. Di Rusia, the Soviet montage school emerged. Filmmakers seperti Sergei Einstein menggabungkan beberapa shot berbeda untuk menciptakan makna baru. His film Battleship Potemkin tahun 1925 terkenal dengan Odessa Steps sequence, di mana penyuntikan cepat membangun ketegangan dan emosi yang intens. Montage wasn't just an artistic choice, it was also propaganda, reflecting communist ideals through cinema. Finally, the silent era reached its turning point in 1927 dengan film The Jazz Singer by Alan Crosland. For the first time, audiences heard synchronized dialogue on screen. You ain't heard nothing yet. That line literally marked the death of the silent era. Within a few years, talkies, film bersuara, took over and silent cinema gradually faded. But its legacy, the visual storytelling, editing techniques, acting styles, remains the foundation of modern film. Okay, I think sampai sini dulu deh ngulik-ngulik tentang era film bisu. Semakin tahu nih tentang apa itu silent film, tokoh-tokoh pentingnya, dan style dan teknik yang terlahir di era itu. Well, thank you ya udah nemenin aku diskusi. Kalau gitu, we leave it here dulu ya. Thank you for watching and see you when I see you. Bye-bye!